Hello guys, Extrasify here. Welcome back to another goal making video and another episode of our 50 runs series. The series where we farm a dungeon or a raid 50 different times. I keep all of the rare and expensive loot that we received, and we go over all the loot together and talk about how good the dungeon is. On today's episode of 50 runs, we are farming Shadow Labs, and this was inspired from a comment by Mr. Mark's Reading Corner, who said they love farming Shadow Labs. It's their favorite Burning Crusade dungeon to farm, as they had just gotten a Blade of Wizardry, which goes for over 100,000 gold. So it definitely inspired me to give this dungeon a try. So thank you for leaving your comment below. And with that being said, let's get into how to farm the dungeon. Now when farming the Shadow Labs, it is very simple and straightforward route. Basically, you're just clearing all mobs all the way to the end of the boss, teleporting out and back in, and rinse and repeat. So the main items that we're after are pretty much world drops. The world drops in TBC are absolutely ludicrous, and that's where the big money is going to be when farming these dungeons. Now there are some other nice items from Shadow Labs. You have the Fell Armaments. Now these are a reputation item for Shatrath. And you also have the Mark of Sargeras, which isn't worth that much, but you get an absolute ton of them and they sell very quickly. So I decided to keep them just for sake of showing you guys how many I got. Now along with those material quicker items, there aren't many green transmog sets to look out for when farming this dungeon, but a few decent ones are obviously a bunch of the green weapons are always very nice. There's a bunch of unique appearances from the Burning Crusade weapons. And along with that, you have like the Cleft Hoof set, you have the Conqueror set, and you have the Blood Knight set. Those are all some pretty solid valued sets, and some other pieces here and there along with that as well. But like I said, the TBC World Drop Blues and Epics and the Epic Patterns are going to be where you're making the majority of your money from. So it is a bit RNG, but in these 50 runs, I did get one very nice item that I'm super excited to tell you guys about. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the loot itself. Real quickly guys, just want to give a quick thank you to all you guys watching. I really appreciate the support on the channel lately, and you guys are absolutely amazing. Make sure that you've subscribed, liked the video, and check out my other goal making content. I post 3 videos related to WoW goal making every single week, so make sure that you stay tuned and check out all my future content. Now let's get back into the video. Alright guys, so if we go ahead and check out our loot from 50 runs of Shadow Labs, here is everything that I got that I decided to keep. So as you can see, not a great deal of items, but some very expensive items nevertheless. So let's go over the Mark of Sargeras first. Like I said, you get an absolute ton of these, and they have a decent value, and they sell very quick, obviously selling on the region-wide auction house. So we got in 50 runs a total of 1,961, and those are all valued at 3,726 gold at the moment. And we got these Fell Armaments are very nice here. We got 148 of them for about 5,850 gold. We got this very nice World Drop Enchanting Pattern for Parry, going for about 10,500 gold. I'll quickly hover over the green transmog as nothing too crazy. A few of the Cleft Hoof pieces here are very nice. This weapon is a bit overpriced, a bit inflated in my opinion, but still a very interesting and unique looking weapon, as it is a unique appearance. It has a low sale rate because these older weapons tend to have that, but they fetch a higher value, so just be patient with those. It'll sell for probably a bit below the value it's currently at, but I'll happily even, take 10,000 for it, so not too worried about that. And then we have a few more of these weapons here, very nice, and as you can see on my add-on tooltip, they are unique appearances. This Shatari longsword here is very nice for about 4,000 almost. But yeah, very nice green weapons here. Then going over to the world drops now, we have Brutal Earthstorm Diamond Jewel Crafting Pattern. These jewel crafting patterns are never great. It's almost 10k value, but I know I won't get that for it. I'd be happy to get a couple thousand for it, to be honest. I decided to keep this 2 of Lunacy just because it had a half decent value, surprisingly, and it has a good sale rate as well, so you never know. Most of these cards are vendor worthy, but this one had a decent value, so I decided to keep it and show it. Going on next, we got 2 of these Robe of the Crimson Orders for about 1,300 gold region wide. They look very nice here. So we got 2 of those. We got the Chest Guard of the Talon for about 2,000 gold. Nothing too crazy there. We got the Oath Keeper, looks super cool, for about 1,000 gold. A bit lower on other realms though, so about a hit or miss item. Then we have the Bringer of Death for about 800 to 1,000 gold region wide, a bit higher on my realm. But then we got this very nice item here, the Staff of Divine Infusion. Looks very cool. It is a unique appearance and it is going for about 20k. Very nice. But then guys, we got an epic TBC pattern. We got a very nice epic TBC pattern, might I add. So this really saved the day. I'm talking about the Felsteel, not Longblade, but the Felsteel Reaper. I will absolutely take that. So if you don't know, this is the epic pattern for this totally amazing looking weapon. Super cool, man. Yeah, there are none on my auction house, and it has a value from, you know, almost 300k, 350. It's kind of up to me. I mean, there's no competition. It's an extremely rare pattern, and yeah, I totally lucked out. I got this on like literally my 8th run, so I was super hyped. Was really hoping I'd get another epic pattern. I didn't, but can't be too greedy, I guess. So yeah, absolutely amazing find nonetheless. Definitely saved these 50 runs. So with that being said, let's go ahead and, as I do in all of my 50 runs videos, hover over the Bag Appraiser add-on and I'll show you guys the total market value for everything that's in my bags, aka everything from 50 runs of Shadow Labs. So guys, now obviously this is the Felsteel Reaper, bringing in the vast majority of the value here. We have nearly 500,000 gold in our bags. Like I said, obviously the Felsteel Reaper bringing in the majority of the value here at 343k. That's just an estimate since there are none on my auction house and very few on the entire region, to be honest with you. Then we have the sporting rifle at a pretty inflated 59,000. I mean, I'd expect to get like 10 to 15k for that, maybe 20k, but it will take a while, of course. The Staff of Divine Infusion, that's a pretty fair value for it, 14k. It's about almost 20k, so. And then the Formula Enchant Shield Parry, that should sell relatively quickly as people love collecting older patterns that aren't super expensive, yet they're still pretty rare. And then the Jewel Crafting Pattern for 9,700, that's a bit high. I don't expect to get that. A lot of these Outland Jewel Crafting Patterns go for like a couple thousand, so that's what I can probably expect from this. So guys, unfortunately did not get a Blade of Wizardry or another amazing world drop, but I cannot complain. The Felsteel Reaper really saved the day. I do recommend you guys give this dungeon a try. Is it the best Burning Crusade dungeon? In my opinion, no. You have Hellfire Ramparts, you have Mana Tombs, you have the Sunwell Farm as well. So I probably wouldn't choose it over those dungeons. Still, it was very good. And I'm very glad that I decided to give it a try. Thank you again, Mr. Mike's Reading Corner, for getting me to try this dungeon. Let me know what dungeon or raid you guys want to see me farm next week in the comments section below, as I do take requests. Go ahead and check out my 50 runs playlist. I upload one of these every single week, and I have for months, so check out any other dungeons that you want to see me try. I've probably already done them, so go ahead and check the playlist out. With that being said, thanks again for watching today's video. Good luck in your auction house sales, and I'll see you guys in the next gold making video.